Let's see if the outpost likes me or not. Yes? Yes. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust. We are currently on the PC, but we are anxiously awaiting the Rust beta for current generation consoles, which is the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox. Or maybe in the future, if you're watching this, maybe the beta is out. So this is for everybody. This is for PC players and the new players, whether they're in beta or the release for PlayStation 4 and the Xbox for Rust, which we know is later on this year in 2020. Most likely you'll be watching this around the beta. But anyways, this is Vanilla Rust. I'm going to go ahead and show you where we're living. I don't know what we're going to call this series necessarily, but I wanted to show what a typical base can look like when you, I guess the word would be freestyle it. What it looks like on normal resources on vanilla. There's no mods here. Everything is the vanilla Rust that you're going to get or will have for the beta and the full release for Xbox and PlayStation. I wanted to show off the base for this current wipe, and this should be wiping in a few days. So this base is actually held up quite a few times. We don't really have a name for this base, but I just kind of wanted to give you a tour of what it is as it stands now. Knock on wood, hasn't been rated. So been totally rated. We've been rated twice, but we didn't actually lose the base. It's done quite well. So okay, so we'll just kind of want to go through the features, highlights, as it were. And maybe it'll give you guys ideas for when you guys build your base. And again, this is the real vanilla experience, as we didn't really have any blueprints whatsoever for this. We came in real fast and just started building and fighting for every inch of land that we have. So this is with a group. I started off solo, but then we grouped up to 2, 3, and then occasionally 4 and 5. But mostly it's 2 to 3. So here we go. So I'm standing here. Let me scroll back so you can see the map. And this is procedurally generated, so this is going to change. Kind of give you a nice overview here. I should say this wipe happened in March 2020. Or the end of it happened. The end of this wipe happened at the beginning of March 2020. That's so confusing. Okay, so we did set up here in the square. This is currently where we're sitting. And we wanted to get as close to the outpost as possible because it is insane. It creates a safety zone. I'm sure you guys have seen me talk about that before. It enables us to do some easy looting around the outpost, recycling from the base to the outpost, and all kinds of other little goodies. And sometimes you can bait other players into this outpost, and if they've shot at you, the turrets will shoot back. I'll kind of walk up there and show you. But so this base has been crazy. Again, we're calling it a freestyle, as we didn't have a plan to start with, and we kind of just grabbed resources and started surviving, and it's done quite well. We've been attacked 2 times, like full-on raids, and they failed each time. As a matter of fact, not only was it a failure and they didn't get the tool cupboard, which controls the ownership of the building, but they didn't even get good loot, as we stored most of our good loot over in the tool cupboard room, or the TC room. There you go. Here's the outpost. If you are currently a criminal, oh, look, we got a player coming out there. If you're a criminal, it won't let you get this close. You actually get shot at quite quickly. I can't help myself. I'm going to loot. I'm going to get radiation. Ooh. No radiation? Ooh, those are good components. Another reason why we live next to the outpost. You can do safe recycling there. I cannot express enough how valuable that is. And again, for new players, if you're getting absolutely clapped left and right, this is a good place to start because you can walk in there freely, recycle your goods, and not worry about somebody jumping you. Although, pro tip, make sure that you're always looking in the recycler and you don't look away, as that is a trap and people will take your stuff out of the recycler. Anyways, this is a weird base. We'll probably try to go over something like this later, but I wanted to do this in the server actively. And again, this is towards the end of the wipe, so things are dying down a little bit. So as you can see on the outside here, we have a turret. There's actually 2 turrets. If you look at the very top, there's swing doors that are open. That actually protects the landing pad at the top. We have a helicopter pad. It's 2 stories up, which is still accessible by people with ladders or some building and jumping or boosting of other players. But for the most part, it makes it more difficult for people to get at your minicopter when you do have one. So we do have the turret up there. We currently have these are the modular turrets. We currently have the Python inside there, so we like to plant a lot of corn here. So when people come by and pick it up, they're not paying attention, then they get clipped. And it gets us paid, I'm not going to lie. So that's been quite nice. I thought I heard somebody. Okay. Our main entrance is here on the side. It's airlocked quite a bit. me kind of show you. It's the bottom floor here. As we step in, there's the pug door. Yeah, buddy. The Christmas door, or the Christmas door, the Halloween, I almost said October door. I mean, I guess that's right. And this goes into the main area here for the base. And this is our Workbench 2. And we do a lot of crafting here. And this kind of forks. So if you look here to the right, we have a garage door. We have a step up. We have some electronic components, or active electrical components, the guts of the base, how the turrets operate, and we collect power. Over here we had, I should say we started here with furnaces, where that small box is, and another furnace here, and we absolutely jam-packed this area full of boxes. This is more like resource processing. You're probably asking yourself, hey, Jade, where are the furnaces now? Oh my goodness, that's good stuff. That's really good loot, my goodness. He wasn't kidding when he said he scavenged. Since we moved the furnaces, we put it over here in this honeycomb as you walk in, because when you think you're harvesting resources, you're going to want to drop them off in the furnaces. We fit 3 furnaces back here. One usually does sulfur, the other 2 do metal. And what's really great about this is it makes people guess as to what direction to go in. Oh, you know what? This is like flipped outward. Oh boy, I didn't realize that. This is a soft side facing in. Yikes! What's been great is every time there's been a raid, they've blown past this. And our active smelting is always in here, and then we take the really valuable stuff and put it inside. So they've missed the good stuff every single time. Now, typically when we sign up, we'll move things inward on the base, but if you look here, this component box, I don't know how well organized this is right now. We would keep a lot of valuable stuff in here as well, but sheet metal doors being the weaker, these would take 4 satchels, but garage doors take 9. And on the hard side, and these are all soft side in, the stone walls take 10 satchels on the hard side in. So you can tell these garage doors are quite handy. They go up and down slowly, but they are definitely worth it. So, okay, so we're moving through here. This little step up here also provides, oh, actually, let me show you this. This has saved us on a couple raids. If somebody were to blow in this door here, right? They were to blow this door off. You actually probably didn't even see it. There's a shotgun trap right here that'll catch somebody. Or if somebody were to come down from the top, maybe blow through the top of the base and then come through here, and then finally blow through, well, actually this side, it would land and then get shotgun trapped right there. And you can tell, or not tell, but you can see each garage door here, that creates 19, or 18, excuse me, 18 satchels just to walk through here. Alright, it's a bit tight on this corner. Let me go ahead and show you where the TC is, and we'll kind of work through the rest of the base. I hope this makes sense, as we have a lot of things clustered here. We'll go over the electronics in a little bit. So, moving through here, we have a garage door again, and we have sleeping bags. We have a garage door here and another garage door, adding to the satchel cost to move through. And we have a basic door here, as we did not learn. We weren't fortunate enough to get a single armored door. And so we have 2 sheet metal doors, and then this is the TC room. We have our super valuable, or we did have our super valuable stuff here. Electronic components, gears, turrets, that sort of thing. And here's the actual TC, and we move gunpowder in here once we produce that, because when you think about it, if somebody's raiding you, you don't want them to get a nice boost in the raid as they come across 5,000 GP. And they're like, cool, we'll just make more explosives and keep blowing through the base. So it's important to do that. You don't have to do it necessarily while you're online, but I find it to be a good habit to move the really valuable stuff inward, because usually the TC room, and that's what this is the most fortified part of the base. Now, there are various things throughout the base to kind of fake people into maybe saying where the TC is. We'll go ahead and show you outside real quick. A lot of times you'll see stone because that's the best material above wood. But when you think about it, you have to do metal, you have to process that metal. You need wood, and you need time, furnaces, and you need to mine the actual ore itself before you can make metal fragments to make a metal wall. And let's not forget the upkeep. Initially, this was all stone on the outside. We originally had this extra pocket here, metal, to throw people off, because usually when people see metal mixed in with stone, they assume the TC is in that zone. And I guess that's a great time for us to point out this extra pocket. You're probably saying, Jade, that's weird. We didn't see that on the inside. You are correct. We added this as an extra pocket to shield. This wall right here is the TC room. To shield what we were actually doing on the inside, creating honeycomb around the tool cupboard. And this room just became a spawn room. We'd stick beds in here. We had a pull through here. We could actually drop loot off and whatnot. And instead of a door here, this was actually a low wall. But during one of the raids, they blew it out. And we faked them out really bad because they honestly thought the tool cupboard was in this little angled area that was all metal. So it did its job. You know, if they're pulled through here, this originally wasn't armor down there. That was actually metal. So the path of least resistance is always through the doorways in most cases if you don't know the interior of the base. So they were just kind of blowing through doors. We had a sheet metal door here, so that was 4. And then we had another sheet metal door here, so that was a total of 8. So they got in here, realized that there was no other way in the base, so they blew the actual concrete wall that was right here, the stone wall, which is now a doorway. And that's how far they got the first time, because then there were doors, and as you know, this is the drop down downstairs. Garage door, garage door, garage door. Alright, which is kind of nice. As they blew through the first time, kind of made us a nice little pass through here, so we've got garage doors and everything else. Let me go ahead and show you the upstairs, if that makes sense. Oh wait, no, let me finish the thought with the TC. So the tool cupboard is actually right below me, and you can see how we fortified various areas in here. Armor, and if I open this up here again, right in front of me is the TC room. Armor is extremely expensive to blow through, and armor here. It's also expensive to upkeep. You can see there's a theme here. The tool cupboard is on the center, and we're also trying to honeycomb around it to hide the fact that we have this much resource. Because I promise you, if somebody saw exterior armored walls, they'd be like, let's raid those people. It often says you're rust rich, so we try to stay away from that whenever we can. And it's just good form, because the more walls they have to blow through, that's, you know, they're guessing. When you can get them on the interior and guessing, you're at an advantage. But that's the beauty of this game, is the balance between the upkeep and leading somebody through the base, or even dissecting a raid, which we're hopefully doing for every wipe if we have a chance to not only showcase the base towards the end of the wipe, but show you after each raid, whether it was successful by the raiders or not, to show you what it's like to get raided in this game. So here's the helicopter pad up here. We had future expansion plans here for the side, but I don't think we'll have time to do that. We'll probably go over some building sessions later, like in future videos. But here's the landing pad. You can see here we have solar panels kind of exposed. Well, not kind of, they are. These two power the main battery, and this is the auxiliary battery. So if somebody were to shoot these, all this power goes back inside and gets collected down here at the battery points. This is the auxiliary, and this is the main battery. And what's really cool is this switch controls the lights. And even if we were to lose the solar panels, all of this would run for, let's see if we actually have the tool here. I hope we do, so I can just show you. I don't readily have it available. Maybe it's down here. Oh, here it is. If everything's running in the base, lights and turrets take power, this can run for 11.5 hours. If we were to lose the solar panels right now. You can see how having circuits and learning some of this stuff can really be beneficial to you. And if we were in the Straits of Dire and we lost this battery, or we had 12 hours, we could switch it over to this auxiliary battery, which is another reason why we're trying to dual charge. What's great is this power circuit. I guess we should go over our turrets. This only uses 35 units of power, even with the lights on. If we turn it off, this uses 26 units of power, which gives us 15.5 hours of runtime. Beautiful. Rust electricity is its own art form, and I absolutely love it. You can go as deep or as not deep as you want to go. Okay, so let me show you upstairs. The first turret, that's coverage for the minicopter. We had a lot of people rushing us, trying to take the helicopter off the top of the base, throwing ladders on the side of the base, breaching with 3 or 4 people, which is typical Rust. We thought we'd stick a turret up here, and again, this is a Python. Devastation to the max, and we thought we'd put a turret here that would cover, so anybody that came up and tried to grab the helicopter, they clipped. Creating this small funnel here also stopped people from rushing in this open area. Most of the time this door would be closed. We have this fancy skin that enables us to see through, so we can see if anybody's camping right here, which is a nice feature. I do like that skin for that very reason. But if somehow we were to leave doors open and they were to get down here, we have a shotgun trap to break some of these legs that comes in. So we were ready. These are here for a reason. We got rushed many times in many places and raided. It was crazy. It's been a crazy wipe. It's been a lot of fun. Okay, so if you're looking on the outside here, we have another turret that's for trapping. And again, we had a plan to wrap around and create more turret pockets to create a 360 coverage around the base. But we just never got to that point, and that's okay. So let me go downstairs and show you the idea there. So you know where the solar panels are. By the way, the switch is also controlled by the electricity. The whole circuit. Let me rewind. So if we turn on the turrets, let me show you. Probably better if I just show you. So when the circuit's off for the turrets, because again, people can shoot them long range, so it's good to have control over these. If you turn off the circuit, the doors close with it. So if we ran out of power, people couldn't take out the turret or dig in the turret. So when it's off, people can take the gun out. They can take the ammo. So if this circuit fails or something gets hit in the base and the electricity goes away, all the doors close automatically. And if we look upstairs, it's the same thing. These are weaker doors, as this, we just threw this in the airlock because this is how this works. So door controllers and all that good stuff. We have another video, or we will, it's probably already out, but we have a video on the electricity and how we did the additions for this particular base and wipe. We'll be doing more videos in the future too. So if you're anxious for more of those, just let us know down in the comments or questions you have. Because again, this is for people that are actively in PC, but the future players, the Xbox, the PlayStation players. Because this game is going to be so much fun. It's going to be so big. Okay, so the electricity, again, the main circuit for everything is here. So when it's on, the doors open, the turrets turn on. I think it's important to have a switch because A, you don't get leaked power. You're only using the power when it's on. And you have a nice switch so you can reload. Because if you look, we actually can't interact with this or even authorize our own players or reload it with ammo if it's on. So having a switch is very valuable. Not just only for power consumption, just for usage in general. And again, we won't go over too much of the electronics because we have a whole video dedicated to that, but we've got these little peek windows. But exciting news, and this is probably already out when you guys watch this, there has been a recent addition that's coming for our next patch, but it's probably already out for you. There's CCTV cameras that we'll be able to use at like a computer station. So if we place cameras outside, we can look around the base. So having these windows won't always be necessary. This might be considered more primitive now, but hey, it works. I like being able to see outside and what we're walking into. And even just, if the turret's on, just peeking out here through the back. Alright, so we did initially have storage back here, like cabinets and stuff, but we had people break in. But it worked out really well. That might be, I think we're getting pretty close to everything. Oh yes, lockers. Oh my goodness. So valuable. You can get them, I think, in the outpost. Let me just double check. I think it's... Oh, you know what? It's the bandit camp, I bet. Yep, I think it is. Where's the bandit camp here? I think I would know. We flew over it enough. Bandit camp. I think the locker's over here somewhere. Anyways, it's either at the outpost or the bandit camp. And again, it's in different places. There it is. Okay, locker. 40 scrap. As this is procedural, this changes with every wipe, which is another awesome feature of this game. Like, there is a standard map. Like, let's say in Ark, there's the island. And that's always the same thing. But the procedurally generated maps are so exciting because on wipe day, nobody knows where anything is. And you have to just figure it out while everybody's trying to shoot at you. So it makes for some exciting and just super fun gameplay. Anyways, lockers are great. You can run out and gear up like this very quickly if you're getting capped. And we kind of had this exit over here where we could drop out through the top here. That's the entrance down below. Or you could just do it through the turret side if you so desire. And if you're signing off for the evening, you can just flick that switch. And I guess it's also worth noting that when this is on, and this is something we have to change, that's the only way these lights can be on, is if the main switch is on. But, again, if it's daytime, we can use less power if we turn off the lights, but the turrets are still on. So that's pretty cool. So many options, so many things you can do. I mean, just when you think you know what's going on in this game, like somebody else uses something in a creative way, and it just makes it so much fun. Yeah, alright, so we swapped that back. We've shown the outside, the top of the base. Let me see if I've forgotten anything. I think we got most. Here's our drop-down area. We're going to add some more shelving here, but we'll see how that goes. We got our little locker here for quick swaps. and easy drop downs. We got our auxiliary batteries. We're going to throw more storage here, but this kind of turned into like pseudo dumping grounds. We just have so much stuff. Backup doors and whatnot. I should probably move these inside as I am signing off for a while. All kinds of goodies here. And again, a little garage door here to lock it down. Close this. Let me make sure this outside door is good. Yeah, that's our official server base for Rust. Hopefully it gives you guys some ideas and what to do and maybe what not to do, or at least get the creative juices flowing. That's what it's all about. It's not about the meta, as oftentimes I tell our people to challenge the meta. I mean, it's good to know it, but don't always feel like you have to do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully this has been insightful for you. If you liked it or found it entertaining, be sure to drop a like on the video. Do know that when this is out, whenever you're consuming this, if it is beta time, RazorTube, myself, Jade Monkey, and BioLaser, we will be streaming this heavily on the console, as we will be maining this on console. It's going to be great. And I'm saying right now, as a speculation thing, I think crossplay between PlayStation and Xbox only is going to happen during the beta or during release, but that's just me saying that. So if that's the case, it's going to be an absolute zoo, and it's going to be so much fun. So if that's the case, I mean, swing on by to the main channel. Just see if it says live, because we are going to be streaming this as long as we possibly can. It's going to be so much fun for the beta and obviously the release, but the beta is what's coming up soon. So if you're interested in learning more about Rust, we have Rust videos here. I don't know if I have the... Oh, yeah, I do. I have the Rust streams here. It's us playing an official, and then sometimes we'll go on to our own custom server and mess around, kind of help people get acclimated. We'll test out some builds, and then we'll go back to official. So again, if you're really into Rust and you want to learn more before this thing hits, good place to start. Or a good place to start is the videos, and if you want to really get in, you can check out the streams down there. And we also play DayZ, Open World Survival. We post daily DayZ videos there, and once Rust comes up full steam, we'll be doing that full bore as well. And yeah, so I'm super excited. I hope you guys are excited about it. Again, if you have any questions about building, be sure to leave them down in the comments. I do read those, and I'm always excited to see what you guys want to learn about, because it often gives us ideas as to what to focus on, or even like changes that we need to make. So look at that, we have a turd in here. We're so rich. Look at this. Anyways, so I do have real quick. I always forget to do this. I do have a Twitter, JadeMonkey_YT. I do try to echo notifications there, game news. We have Instagram as well, the Gram, Jade Monkey Live, lowercase, no spaces, and we have merch available that helps support the channel if you'd like to go above and beyond. We have those there. Link is in the description. Don't worry about this timer, it always resets. We'll have more DayZ and Rust focused stuff that I will be drawing and putting up for designs in the very near future. Let's see what else. We do have a Discord. Also, that link is in the description down below. We have a Rust subsection there. And just please respect everybody's platform. And man, I'm so excited for this. My head is going to explode. So hopefully we'll see you guys in the next video. And love you. We'll see you later. Ooh.